हेलो, स्वागत है दोस्तों आपका आपके चैनल पर मैं जुगैन। उम्मीद करता हूँ आप सभी लोग सही होंगे। माफ़ी चाहता हूँ बीच में मैं वीडियोस नहीं ला पाया किसी कारणवश, मगर अब मैं दोबारा से वीडियोस लेके आ रहा हूँ। बीएड सेकेंड ईयर के एमसीक्यूज़ की इंग्लिश मीडियम से। हिंदी मीडियम के एमसीक्यूज़ हम लोगों ने कंप्लीट कर लिए हैं। उसकी प्लेलिस्ट भी मैंने बनाई हुई है अतुल पब्लिकेशन के और संजय पब्लिकेशंस के, और अभी एक दिनेश पब्लिकेशन का है। अगर आप लोग कहेंगे तो मैं उसके भी बना दूंगा। आप लोग मुझे कमेंट करके बताइएगा क्या मैं उसके एमसीक्यूज़ आप लोगों के लिए बनाऊं या नहीं। तो BD-202 तक हम लोगों ने कंप्लीट कर लिया इंग्लिश मीडियम का। इसकी प्लेलिस्ट बनी हुई है, जिन लोगों ने नहीं देखा है प्लीज़ आप प्लेलिस्ट को जाके ज़रूर देखें। और आपके एग्ज़ाम्स आप सभी को पता है पोस्टपोन हो चुके हैं, और अभी थोड़ा सा समय लगेगा नियर अबाउट, क्योंकि अभी एक और नोटिफिकेशन आ गया था, आपने देखा है, जो कि जो बचे हुए लोग हैं वो अपने फॉर्म दोबारा से भर सकते हैं। तो 8 तारीख तो उसकी ही डेट है। तो अभी 2 से 3 दिन लगने के बाद आई थिंक 10 से 15 के बाद ही जो भी डेट होंगी आनी चाहिए। तो अभी आपके पास समय मिल गया है आपको, और अच्छे से अपनी प्रिपरेशन करते रहिए। चाहे इंग्लिश मीडियम का हो, हिंदी मीडियम को, जिस भी मीडियम से आप हो, जिस भी तरह से पढ़ना चाहते हो पढ़ते रहिए। BD-101 राजा महेंद्र प्रताप यूनिवर्सिटी की जो परीक्षाएं हो रही हैं वहाँ से क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, अच्छे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं। तो आप लोग भी एक चीज़ याद रखिए कि कुछ जो टॉपिक्स हैं उनको क्लियर कर लीजिए, क्योंकि टॉपिक के अंदर से क्वेश्चंस आ रहा है। मैं ये आपके कंप्लीट कराने के बाद मैं टॉपिक वाइज आप लोगों को लेकर चलूँगा अभी, क्योंकि अब बहुत MCQs हो गए। आप इनको कंटिन्यू करते रहिए, और मैं टॉपिक वाइज सारे क्वेश्चन, सारे टॉपिक्स को थ्योरीज में लेके अब स्टार्ट करता हूँ। ठीक है, तो इसको भी मैं 2 से 3 पार्ट में लेके आऊँगा, और आज ही इस कंप्लीट पेपर को कंप्लीट करके, और जल्दी ही ये पेपर 4 तक मैं 5 तक इसको भी कंप्लीट कर दूँगा। तो प्लीज़ इसको शेयर करते रहें और लाइक ज़रूर किया करें अच्छा लगे तो, और चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब करें जिन लोगों ने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है। इसके बाद ही हम लोग सीटेट की भी प्रिपरेशन करेंगे, तो जो भी नए वीडियोज़ आएंगे वो आपको आसानी से मिल जाया करेंगे। तो प्लीज़ इसको देखते रहें और अपनी पढ़ाई को अच्छे से करते रहें, अपनी सेहत को ध्यान में रखते हुए। ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। बीएड सेकेंड ईयर का BD-203। तो इसकी 5 यूनिट्स आपको पता है। पहली यूनिट है कॉन्सेप्चुअल फॉर्मेशन ऑफ इंक्लूसिव स्कूल, यूनिट सेकेंड कॉन्सेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क ऑफ चिल्ड्रन विद स्पेशल नीड्स एंड यूनिट थर्ड करिकुलम डिज़ाइन, यूनिट फोर्थ सपोर्टिव सर्विस इन इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन, एंड यूनिट 5 न्यू अप्रोचेस टू स्ट्रीमलाइन डाइवर्सिटीज इन इंक्लूसिव क्लासरूम। आज हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं यूनिट 1 कॉन्सेप्चुअल फॉर्मेशन ऑफ इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन। तो इसके MCQs हम लोग कंप्लीट करते हैं। प्लीज़ आप देखते रहिए, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अभी एक्सप्लेनेशन इसलिए हो नहीं पा रहा है, MCQs बहुत ज़्यादा है, और मैं चाह रहा हूँ आपके MCQs कंप्लीट हो जाएं, क्योंकि अभी इतना समय है नहीं जो हम लोग इस चीज़ को कंप्लीट करें। तो जैसे ही MCQs कंप्लीट होंगे हम लोग तुरंत अपने थ्योरीज पे आ जाएंगे, और वो आपको समझने के लिए सही समय होगा, क्योंकि आपके MCQs कंप्लीट हो चुके होंगे। स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, the kind of education where all students attend their neighborhood schools in age appropriate regular classes and are supported to learn, contribute and participate in all aspects of school life is known as, that is option number A, inclusive education. Question number 2, inclusive education aims to fulfill the needs of different students, that is option number B. Question 3, inclusive schools must recognize and respond to the diverse need of their students, accommodating both different styles and rates of learning, and ensure quality education to all. Which body said so? That is option number C, UNESCO. Question number 4, the Spastic Society of India aims at promoting the rights of, option number C, children suffering cerebral palsy. Question 5, which of the following private school in our country offer individualized learning program for children with special needs? That is option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, Heritage School, option B, Vedai School of Excellence, option 4, चित्तिनंद श्रीहरि विक्सम। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 ऑप्शन नंबर डी, ऑल ऑफ द अबव। क्वेश्चन नंबर 6, व्हाट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ensures education of all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years, including the disabled children? That is option number D, all of the above. All the options are option number A, directive principles, option B, national policy of education, and option C, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, that is SSA. Question number 7, What of the following relates to the education of children with disabilities and of the children with diverse background and abilities? That is option number A, inclusive education. Question number 8. In an inclusive school, what of the following is designed such that the children having different abilities and disabilities receive education in the same class? That is option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, teaching methods, option B, textbook and teaching material, and option C, school environment. Question number 9. An inclusive school should have the characteristics of option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, dedicated leadership, option B, relevant curricula and responsive instruction, option C, supportive school culture. Question number 10. Coming together of people from different races, nationalities, religions, and sexes to form a group, organization, or community is known as option number A, diversity. Question number 11. In an inclusive school, physically challenged children are also encouraged to participate in extracurricular activities like option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, art, music, games, option B, excursions, option C, physical exercises. Then 11, option number D. Question number 12. A diverse organization recognizes that people with different backgrounds, skill, attitudes, and experiences bring fresh ideas and perceptions. Whose statement is this? That is option number B, T. Sarah. Question number 13. Students may differ in option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, language, option B, aptitude, and option C, cultural background. Question number 14. Classroom diversity is visible in option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, different mix of personalities, option B, different learning styles and abilities, and option C, different interests. Question number 15. Students who interact with diverse peers both in and out of the classroom show greater active thinking, intellectual engagement, and motivation. Who said so? That is option number B, Gurin. Question 16. Students who perceive their campus climate as inclusive and non-discriminatory show greater willingness to accept and intellectual challenges. Whose statement is this? That is option number D, Pascarella et al. Question number 17. Students who attend schools with a diverse population can understand the viewpoints of students coming from option number A, different background. Question number 18. Diversity encourages option number B, critical thinking. That's correct. Question number 19. Integration of disabled children with normal children promotes healthy social relationship between normal children and option number C, disabled children. Question number 20. In whose view role of teachers changes over time in response to new pattern of educational governance and management, new kinds of students, new theories of teaching and learning, and the arising of new technologies. That is option number A, Chapman and Adams. Question 21. Who said that the increasing diversity in the classroom has become one of the most significant realities for teachers? The percentage of language and cultural minority students is increasing rapidly. That is option number A, Bennett. Question number 22. Disparity emphasizes the need for teachers to become knowledgeable about students' background so that they can design instruction that is sensitive to their needs. Who said so? That is option number B, Bennett. Question 23. Who said that teachers with positive attitudes towards inclusion more readily change and adapt the ways they work in order to benefit students with the range of learning needs? That is option number C, Alababi. Question number 24. Teachers should provide various opportunities to pupils who need help, as for example, using text that pupils can read and understand, using visuals and written materials in different formats, including large print, symbol text, and braille. Who said so? That is option number B, Davis. Question 25. Disabled children suffer certain behavioral or other natural problems because of their option number D, all of the above. All the options are option number A, social inabilities, option B, intellectual inabilities, and option C, physical inabilities. Then question number 25, option number D. Question 26. Children with special needs often have a lower social standing among the other students in the classroom, which may lead to them so frequently becoming the targets of bullying. Whose statement is this? That is option number C, Pepler and Craig. Question 27. Children with autism and other development disabilities often exhibit severe behavior problems including screaming, hitting, kicking, throwing tantrums, destroying things, rocking back and forth. Whose statement is this? That is option number A, Ellen Harchick. Question 28. Who said that children with autism and other developmental disabilities may also engage in self-injuries behaviors such as punching, hitting, or beating themselves? That is option number A, Ellen Harchick. Question 29. Education is an attempt to intervene in the life of challenged children to cope up with their disabilities. Who stated so? That is option number B, Arya. Question 30. Education is right for every child and the children with special educational needs should have similar rights and obligations as are being enjoyed by the normal or able children. Who said so? That is option number D, Arya. Question 31. In whose view there is the need of establishing an alternative systems of examination for children with disabilities, they should be asked to do activities that demonstrate their abilities rather than disabilities. That is option number A, Courts and Bharadwaj. Question 32. Who said that people in the leadership positions like principal, administrator, board members have a very important role to play in inclusive schools? That is option number C, Koth. Question 33. Children with special needs face the problems of, that is option number D, bullying, option B, abuse, and option C, temperament. Question 34. Education empowerment imparted in inclusive schools take care of the needs of, option number D, all of the above, and all the options are A, genius students, B, special children with disabilities, and option C, gifted children. Question number 35. Which one of the following is not the type of special children? That is option number C, average IQ children. Question 36. Which one of the following is not the characteristic of physically challenged children? That is option number C, good social adjustment. Question 37. Inclusive education is for, that is for special children, slum dwelling children, and street children. Then it is for all of the above. Then 37 number, question 37 question number, option number is D. Question 38. Why is inclusive education essential? That is for physically development, for mental development, and for social development. Then the 38 question number, option number is D, all of the above. Question 39. Which one of the following is related to inclusive education? That is option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option A, mentally disabled children, option B, physically challenged children, or option C, special children. Question number 40. Inclusive education is related to, option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, special children, option B, socially deprived children, and option C, street children. Question number 41. Which one of the following is the type of special children? That is option number B, gifted children. Now question number 42. Which one of the following is not the characteristic of physically and mentally challenged children? That is option number B, good social adjustment. Now it's our unit 2, conceptual framework of children with special needs. We have completed unit 1. Now we are going to complete our unit 2. Come to our MCQs, that is question number 1. In 1884, the missionaries established the first school for the deaf in, that is option number B, Mumbai. Question 2. In 1893, a school for deaf and dumb was opened in, option number A, Kolkata. Question 3. In 1896, an institution for the deaf came into existence in, option number C, Palayam, Kottai in South India. Question 4. A special school is a school meant for students having special educational needs because of, option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, learning difficulties, option B, physical disabilities, and option C, behavior problems. Question number 5. Which act mandates that children with disabilities have the right to free education up to the age of 18th? That is option number A, Person with Disabilities Act. Question number 6. Which act allows children with special needs to have access to a special school providing non-formal education and vocational training? That is option number C, Person with Disabilities Act. Question number 7. The children with special needs, after the assessment of their disabilities by a team of a doctor, a psychologist, and a special educator in a schools, are placed in, that is option number D, appropriate educational setting. Question number 8. Which acts provides the appropriate government and local authorities shall promote setting up of special schools in government and private sector for those in need of special education, that is option number A, Person with Disabilities Act. Question number 9. The special schools are generally organized according to the needs of option number C, different disabilities categories. Question number 10. We have schools for children with visual impairments, intellectually challenged children, and option C, children with hearing impairment. Then question number 10, option number D. Question number 11. The National Institute of Open Schooling (NIOS) aims at promoting, that is option number A, inclusive education. Question number 12. In inclusive education, what of the following are provided to disabled learner? That is option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, learning materials, option B, audiovisual cassettes, and option C, working kits. Question number 13. Open learning provided by NIOS serves as a source of education for option number C, both A and B. Then A is marginalized sections of society, and option C, disadvantaged section of the society. And 13, question number, option number C. Question 14th. Open schooling is highly useful for, that is option number D, all of the above. And all the options are option number A, physically and mentally handicapped, option B, female population and school dropouts, option C, residents of rural areas and remote regions. Question number 14th, option number D. Question 15th. Candidates with disabilities seeking admissions in National Institute of Open Schooling (NIOS) are required to produce a certificate of disability from option number B, government hospital. Please comment below what is the establishment date of NIOS, because जो भी आपके बीएड फर्स्ट ईयर के क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं राजा महेंद्र प्रताप यूनिवर्सिटी, तो वहाँ से इस्टेब्लिशमेंट के क्वेश्चंस काफ़ी आ रहे हैं और मैं कई बार ऐसा पूछता भी रहता हूँ, तो प्लीज़ इसको आप कमेंट करें। अगर आप कमेंट करेंगे तो ये आपकी याददाश्त में रहेगा। अगर MCQs आता है तो आप उसको कर पाएंगे, नहीं आता है तो आपको याद रह जाएगा। तो दोनों ही तरह से आपके लिए ही ये अच्छा है। तो इसको कमेंट ज़रूर करें कि इस्टेब्लिशमेंट डेट क्या है NIOS की। क्वेश्चन नंबर 16. स्पेशल एजुकेशन इज सेपरेट सिस्टम फॉर एजुकेशन फॉर, दैट इज ऑप्शन नंबर सी, डिसेबल्ड चिल्ड्रन। डिसेबल्ड चिल्ड्रन में आ जाएंगे सभी। क्वेश्चन नंबर 17. स्पेशल एजुकेशन इज स्पेशली डिजाइंड एजुकेशन प्रोवाइडेड टू स्टूडेंट सफरिंग फ्रॉम विद सम, ऑप्शन नंबर डी, ऑल और एनी वन ऑफ द एबव। ठीक है, फिजिकली डिसेबिलिटी, learning disability and behavioral disability. Question number 18. An important role is played in the education and management of students with special educational needs by option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, occupational therapists and psychotherapists, option B, speech and language therapist, and option C, psychologist. Question number 19. Special education employs special instruction methodology, instructional materials, learning teaching aids, and equipments to meet educational needs of persons with difficulties. Whose statement is this? That is option number A, Jangira and Mukhopadhyay. Question number 20. The goal of special education are similar to those for all children, although the techniques used may be very different. Who said so? That is option number B, Jennifer A. Sisk. Question number 21. Students with special needs require extra assistance due to different needs, such as option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, physical or sensory difficulties, option B, emotional and behavioral difficulties, and option C, difficulties with speech and languages. Question number 22. Segregation or isolation is good neither for learners with disabilities nor for general learners without disabilities. Learners with special needs should be educated along with other learners in inclusive school. Which body said so? That is option number C, NCERT. Establishment of NCERT 1961। बाकी सभी का आप प्लीज़ कमेंट करके बताएं। UGC का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ईयर, CBSE एंड ICSE, प्लीज़ कमेंट बिलो। Question number 23. Special education is based on principle of option number D, all of the above, then all the options are option number A, least restrictive environment, option B, non-discriminatory evaluation, option C, individual differences. Question number 24. Who stated that a school must use non-biased method of evaluation to determine whether a child has a disability, and if so, whether special education is needed? That is option number A, Rajkumari and Sundari. Question number 25. Special schools have the educational program for option number D, all of the above, then all the options are option number A, specific learning disabilities, option B, speech or language impairment, option C, hearing with visual impairment. Question number 26. Special education can be made effective if parents participate actively in educational program designed for children with disabilities. Who said so? That is option number A, Rajkumari and Sundari. Question number 27. The kind of educational program in which exceptional children attend classes with normal children is known as option number C, integrated education. Question 28. The national policy on education supports integrated education in general school for option number C, both A and B. Then A is locomotor impaired children and B is handicapped children. Question number 29. In integration, disabled children are dealt along with option number A, normal children. Question number 30. Integrated education emphasizes placement of children with a disability in option number B, mainstream schools. Question number 31. The more severe and visible the deformity is, the greater is the fear of contagion. Hence, the attitudes of aversion and segregation towards the crippled. Who said so? Option number B, Desai. Question 32. Who said that majority of school personnel in India are not trained to design and implement educational program for students with disabilities in regular schools? That is option number A, Mayuredi and Narayan. Question 33. Which body states that number of trained special education teacher is extremely small considering the number of children with disabilities that requires their services? That is option number A, Rehabilitation Council of India. Question number 34. The term inclusive education refers to an education system that accommodates all children regardless of their, option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, physical and intellectual conditions, option B, social and emotional conditions, and option C, linguistic conditions. Question number 35. The kind of education where all the learner with or without disabilities are able to learn together in regular schools with appropriate network of supportive service is known as option number C, inclusive education. Question 36. Inclusive education means the students with disabilities are taught in general education sitting under the responsibility, option number A, regular classroom teacher. Question 37. Inclusive means that students who has a disability should have the opportunity to be educated with, option number D, non-disabled peer. Question number 38. Inclusive education is virtually the practice that provides school experiences to children with special needs in the same school and classroom they would attend if they did not have special needs. Who said so? Option number B, Thomas. Question 39. Which body said that inclusive education is about changing attitudes, behaviors, teaching methods, curricula, and environments to meet the needs of the children? That is option number A, UNESCO. Question number 40. Inclusive education is the process during which all children, regardless of their abilities and needs, participate into the same school. Whose statement is this? That is option number B, Thomas. Question number 41. Which body said that inclusive education is broader than formal schooling and includes the home, the community, and other opportunities for education outside of a school? That is option number C, UNESCO. Question number 42. Each child has the right to belong and to share normal experiences with family, neighbors, and peers. Whose statement is this? That is option number B, Dr. T. Sudha. Question 43. The focus of inclusion is on option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, meeting needs of diverse students, option B, encouraging students interacting with each other, and option C, active learning. Question 44. Any disabilities which limits the physical functions of a person's limbs or affects the person's motor ability is known as option number A, physical disabilities. Question number 45. Which body said that inclusive education is a dynamic process which is constantly evolving according to local cultures and context and is part of the wider strategy to promote an inclusive society? That is option number B, UNESCO. Question number 46. Working side by side with peers with diverse skills and abilities help all children learn and develop the skill necessary to live and work in the real world. Who said so? That is option number A, Dr. T. Sudha. Question 47. Inclusive schools are able to change negative attitudes by educating all children together. Thus, they form the foundation of a just and non-discriminatory society. Whose statement is this? That is option number B, UNESCO. Question 48. Disabled students should have barrier-free access to all the educational facilities and services in the school, including hostels, libraries, laboratories, and buildings. Which body says so? That is option number A, CBSE. Question number 49. When the State Council of Educational Research and Training were set up in undertake improvement in the quality of education? That is option number B, 1970s. Question number 50. The National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration was established in option number C, 1979. देखिए ये सारे एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ईयर और इनकी फुल फॉर्म्स आती हैं, तो प्लीज़ इनको आप नोट कर लीजिए या इनको बार बार रिपीट करते रहिए, आप देखते जरूर रहिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 51. डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग डायट वर क्रिएटेड to run pre-service and in-service teacher training courses during option number A, 1980s and 1990s. Question 52. Teachers should be sensitized to the requirements of children with special needs by organizing in-service training programs in inclusive education. Which body says so? That is option number D, CBSE. Question 53. The Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 regulates manpower development programs in the field of option number C, special education. Question 54. In 2001, an International Center for Special Needs Education was set up by option number A, NCERT. Question number 55. International Center for Special Needs Education was set up by NCERT in collaboration with option number B, UNESCO. Question 55. Inclusive education is much more cost effective than a segregated system, not only in terms of running cost but also the long term cost on the society. Who said so? That is option number C, Roger Slee. Question 56. The students with disabilities in inclusive environment improve in social interaction, language development, appropriate behavior, and self-esteem. Whose statement is this? That's option number D, T.J. Lewis. Question 57. The students with mental disabilities show an increase in academic proficiency when admitted in option number A, an inclusive school. Question 58. In whose view spending the school day alongside classmates who do not have disabilities provide many opportunities for social interaction that would not be available in segregated setting? That is option number C, Sasso, Simpson and Novak. Question 59. The students with disabilities in inclusive environment improve in option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, social interaction and appropriate behavior, option B, language development, and option C, self-esteem. Question number 60. Inclusive education is the most effective means of option number D, that is option number A, combating discriminatory attitude, option B, building an inclusive society, and option C, achieving education for all. Then question number C, option number D. Question 61. Which system of education believes in the idea that every child is valued equally and deserves the same opportunities and experiences? That is option number A, inclusive education. Question number 62. One of the most important principles of inclusive education is that option number B, no two learners are alike. Question 63. Inclusive education does not simply refer to the placement of children with special needs into normal schools. It is also concerned with conditions under which we can educate effectively all children. Who said so? Option number D, Barton. Question number 64. Which declaration mentions that fundamental principles of the inclusive school is that all children should learn together wherever possible, regardless of any difficulties or differences they may have? Option number C, Salamanca Framework for Action. Question number 65. Which declaration mentions that education shall be directed to the full development of human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedom? That is option number C, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Question 66. According to which declaration, inclusive school should accommodate different styles and rates of learning and ensure quality education? That is option number D, Salamanca Framework for Action. Question 67. There should also be the use of necessary support service and supplementary aids available to make the process of learning a success. Whose statement is this? That is option number C, Walker and Covington. Question 68. In whose view integration demands that additional arrangement will be made to accommodate children with disabilities within a system of schooling that remains largely unchanged? That is option number B, NSCOV. Question 69. Teachers should be personally committed to achieving equity for all students. They should believe that they are capable of making a difference in their students' learning. Who said so? That is option number D, Jeter. Question 70. In inclusive education, services are brought to the students instead of students being removed from general classroom to receive the services. Who said so? That is option number A, Walker and Covington. Question 71. The educational scenario today emphasizes on learners' rights as well as their needs. It stresses upon the importance of education that is free from discrimination and segregation. Whose statement is this? That is option number B, Paramjit Kaur. Question number 72. Whose view is that school should provide an academically challenged curriculum that includes attention to the development of higher level cognitive skills? That is option number A, Gencher. Question number 73. The teacher should invent and innovate personalized activities and program as per the specific and changing needs of each student. Who said so? That is option number C, Chitra Nakra. Question number 74. Teachers should develop a bond with their students and seeing their students as the others. Who said so? That is option number B, Jesner. Question 75. Who said that the school must have reading specialists, a multi-categorial special educator, a speech therapist, and a special education paraprofessional? That is option number A, T. Prem Kumar. Question 76. The concept of placing children with disabilities into regular classroom is known as option number C, mainstreaming. Question 78. Students with educational challenge, particularly physically challenged students, need personal attendance throughout their life. Whose statement is this? That is option number D, Chitra Nakra. Question 79. The smaller ratios and more opportunities for students to receive instruction and help from a teacher are essential to meet the needs of the students with learning difficulties. Who said so? That is option number C, T. Prem Kumar. Question number 80. In the process of mainstreaming, the regular education classes are combined with option number B, a special education class. Question number 81. Mainstreaming has generally been used to refer to the selective placement of special education students in one or more regular education classes. Who said so? Option number A, Rogers. Question number 82. Who said that mainstreaming is the inclusion of children with slight to moderate disabilities in regular classroom together with the children without disabilities? That is option number B, Angela Bernstein. Question 83. Mainstreaming is the disabled students has shown to improve academic achievement in students with mild academic disabilities as well as to improve their long-term behavior. Whose statement is this? That is option number 83. 83 question number option number C, Madden and Slavin. Question 84. The Government of India has launched the project for integrated educational development, that is for PIED, with assistance from option number A, UNICEF. Question 85. In which year the project for integrated education development PIED was launched in India? That is option number B, 1986. Question number 86. राष्ट्रीय माध्यमिक शिक्षा अभियान RMSA was launched in option number C, March 2009. Question 87. RMSA aims at making secondary education of good quality available to all young persons in the age group of option number A, 15 to 16. Question number 88. राष्ट्रीय माध्यमिक शिक्षा अभियान aims at option number D, all of the above, and all the options are option number A, enhancing the enrollment of class 9th And 10th, improving quality of education. Option C, removal of disabilities barrier. Question number 89, the scheme of inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage, that is IEDSS, has been launched from the year option number A 2009-10. Question number 90, the scheme of inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage IEDSS replaces the earlier scheme known as, that was option number B, integrated education for disabled children, that is IEDC. Question number 91, IEDSS provides assistance for the inclusive education of the school disabled children in class option number C, 9th to 12th. Question number 92, IEDSS provides educational opportunities for facilities to students with disabilities in general education system for option number A. Question number 93, IEDSS covers all the children suffering disabilities of the nature of option number D, any one or more of the above. The any one is, that is blindness or low vision, option B hearing impairment and locomotor disabilities, and mental retardation. 93, option number D. 94, which scheme mandates setting up model inclusive schools in every state, that is option number B, IEDSS. Question number 95, the scheme of inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage is implemented through option number A, state and UT Education Department. Question number 96, the Government of India launched the District Primary Education Program DPEP, which supported of option number B, the World Bank. Question number 97, which program focuses on in-service training of teachers to enable early detection, assessment, use of aids and making of individual education plans, that is option number D, DPEP. Question number 98, in which program teachers perceive in-service training through a massive training drive promoted by states, that is option number A, DPEP. Question number 99, which programs aims at improving effectiveness of education through a training of teachers, improvement of learning materials and upgrading of infrastructure facilities, that is option number D, DPEP. Question 100, which programs aims at orientation of master trainers at the state and district level in respect of educational needs of children with disabilities, that is option number A, DPEP. Question 101, which program provides all children, including children with disabilities, with access to primary education either in the formal system or through non-formal education program, that is option number B, DPEP. अब ये फुल फॉर्म आप लोगों को भूलनी तो नहीं चाहिए. 102, which programs aims at achievement of universalization of elementary education, that is UEE. Option number A, सर्व शिक्षा अभियान SSA. Question number 103, which program has adopted a zero rejection policy in matter of admission, that is option number B, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan SSA. Question 104, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan is being implemented in the partnership of option number B, state government. Question 105, which program seeks to open new school in those regions which do not have schooling facilities, that is option number D, SSA. 106, which programs aims at supporting exciting school infrastructure by providing additional classroom, toilets, drinking water, maintenance and school improvement grants, that is option number B, SSA. 107, what of the following is covered by the SSA for imparting education to children with disabilities, that is option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, teacher training, option B, resource support and option C, individual educational plan. 107, which of the following acts provide for education through mainstream school to children with disabilities, that is option number A, Persons with Disabilities Act. 108, the comprehensive action plan for children and youth with disabilities cover option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, early childhood care education, B, elementary and secondary education and C, technical and vocational education. 108 option number D. 109, the comprehensive active plan for children and youth with disabilities is implemented through option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option number A, central and state level agencies, option B, NGOs and option C, parents group. 110, which of the following organization focuses on socially and economically backward areas, marginalized sections of society and on educations of girls, that is option number D, all of the above. Option A, Ajiz Premji Foundation, option B, Akshay Patra Foundation, option C, MV Foundation. Question number 111. Which NGO provides awareness and orientation training to general teachers, develops materials and supports in modification of curricula for children with disabilities? That is option number B. Shikshit Yuva Seva Samiti. 112. Which NGO provides in-service training to teachers to meet the needs of children with disabilities? That is option number A. Sir Shapurji Bilimoria Foundation. 113. Which NGO has trained a large number of Anganwadi workers and supervisors? Option number D. Odisha Portage Project. 114. Which NGO is working in collaboration with government and local communities, parent teachers, volunteers and civil society members? That is option number C. Pratham. 115. Which NGO ensures that learning level in schools and communities increase, education reaches all children and youth are well trained for job opportunities? That is option number A. Pratham. 116. Which NGO is part of Teaching for All global movement? That is option number B. Teach for India, TFI. 117. Which NGO recruits qualified college graduates and working professionals to serve as full-time teachers in low-income schools for 2 years? That is option number C. Teach for India, TFI. 118. Which NGO focuses on basic education in the belief that the education is necessary for all socio-economic change? That is option number D. Asha for Education. 119. Which NGO is created slowly with the purpose of helping the cause of mentally challenged, multi-disabled and those suffering from autism? That is option number C. Tamana. 120. Which NGO offers an individual educational program for every student aimed at social and economic independence? That is option number A. Tamana. 121. Which NGO offers speech therapy, occupational and psychotherapy, life skill training, computer education, music and dance, weight management and physical fitness, sports and extracurricular activities, counseling, etc.? ये भी क्या है? तमाना. 122. Which NGO has been granted by the United Nations a special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council? That is option number C. Tamana. 123. Which NGO has received National Award for Child Welfare in 2006 by the Department of Women and Child Development? That is option number A. Tamana. 124. Which NGO is in Bangalore started the first inclusive school for children with mental handicap from urban slums? That is option number C. Sajjan Rao Vidya Samstha. 125. Which NGO in Mysore has helped in the foundation or self-help group for families with children with mental handicap? That is option number A. स्वास्थ्य समुच्च. क्या है? स्वास्थ्य एंड समुच्च. 126. Which NGO of Delhi has initiated many programs for children with mental handicap? That is option number D. Samadhan. 127. Which NGO in Bangalore has initiated self-help mutual aids group? That is option number A. Nivedita Manovikas Kendra. 128. The process of organizing and conducting the process of teaching and learning in classroom is known as option number B. Classroom management. 129. Which kind of teacher provides a disciplined and caring environment that meets students' personal and academic needs? That is option number C. Effective and skilled teachers. 130. Classroom managements refer to those activities of classroom teachers that create a positive classroom climate within which effective teaching and learning can occur. Whose statement is this? Option number A. Martin and Sugarman. 131. A well-managed classroom provides an environment in which teaching and learning can flourish. Who said so? Option number D. Marzano et al. 132. Who said that classroom management is the process by which teachers and schools create and maintain appropriate behavior of students in classroom setting? That is option number C. Immer and Saborni. 133. In whose view, purpose of implementing classroom management strategies is to enhance pro-social behavior and increase students' academic engagement? That is option number C. Immer and Saborni. 133. Option number A. 134. Student diversity includes option number D. All of the above. Then all the options are option number A. Temperament. Option B. Cultural and socio-economic background. Option C. Differences in ability and cognitive styles. And 35, who said that critical role of the teacher to handle the increasing diversity in classroom setting must be recognized. They should be empowered to take up the challenge effectively. That is option number B, Kushner et al. Under 36, under the Person with Disabilities Act 1995, children with disabilities have the right to free education up to the age of option number B, 18 years. 137, the scheme of inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage IEDSS was launched by option number A, the central government. 138, according to the previous With Disabilities Act 1995, the disabilities means option number D, all of the above. Then all the options are option A, blindness, option B, low vision, and option C, hearing impairment. 139, the educational program in which exceptional children attend class with normal children is known as option number A. The educational program in which exceptional children and attended class with normal children is known as integrated education. That is option number A. We have completed 2 units. Now we will complete our 3rd unit in next part, because वीडियो बहुत ही लंबा हो जाएगा, फिर अच्छा नहीं होगा आप सभी के लिए। तो इस वीडियो को हम इतना ही रखते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में जल्दी ही लेके आता हूँ, आप लोग इसको देखते रहिए प्लीज़, और चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें। आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है, इसको शेयर करते रहें, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक पहुँचाएँ, और वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो लाइक भी किया करें प्लीज़, क्योंकि जब आप लोग लाइक करते हैं और जो भी सुझाव हो कमेंट के माध्यम से दिया करें, तो वो थोड़ा सही लगता है कि हाँ कुछ चीज़ें हो रही हैं सही वे में। तो प्लीज़ इसको देखते रहें, अपनी सेहत का ध्यान रखें और अपनी पढ़ाई करते रहें कंटिन्यू। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच।